You know, folks, in the headline it says devastating. And I'm going to get, because I am devastated about what's going on in the world. I'm devastated about this crap. Do we really have free speech? Now, folks, most of you know that I read almost every single comment, and a lot of you I reply to. Yes, I have spoken about Diddy. Folks, let me tell you something about Diddy. I don't care if he walks. I don't care if he gets 20 years, which he should, okay? Whether you like it or not, okay? That's my thought. Do I hate Diddy, like some people say? No. Am I racism, like some people say? No. And if you see the people that support me, well, Diddy's people say that I'm racist, okay? It's the black people that are supporting me. The intelligent ones. The ones who listen. The ones who know the facts, okay? Facts. People don't get it. People read a headline and they want to make a comment and they don't know what I said. But that's social media. Just give you an update. Yesterday I reported, I think I was the first one, okay, to report about this gal that they found her body in the trunk of a Tesla, all right? It was owned by a singer, D4VD, okay? Well, now they know exactly who she is, all right? It's still the medical examiner, they call it deferred, okay? It means it's being investigated to see exactly how she became unalive, who did it, okay? It's quite obviously they are suspecting this guy, okay, who's on tour, and I think she's going to be back in Los Angeles very shortly, supposedly, we'll see, all right? Goodbye, Christina. Who cares what you think about Diddy? I don't give a shit what you think about, okay? You think I think what you care about, Christina? All right? Begging for money? I don't beg nobody for nothing, okay? People want to give me money? Fine. If not, I don't give a shit either, all right? Because I'm getting tired of YouTube, all right? I'm going to be very honest with you, all right? I started doing this to bring you folks facts and truth, okay? And it's disrupted my entire life. Normally every night I read. Now I'm going to bed and I'm thinking about what I'm going to be saying to you. Now some people say I'm all over the place. Yes, I am, okay? Because I talk to you about many different subjects, all right? Okay? I come to you at 9 a.m. in the morning. I should be out there walking right now, okay? Okay? I should be reading my books at night, all right? Hi, Laura. We met? Laura Apatine. Hi, Laura. How are you? Oh, I'd like to see you again. Christina, if I waste your time, why are you listening to me? Just go watch somebody else, Christina. Okay, do you think I seriously care? You got another thing coming. You think I need you, Christina? All right? Nah, let her stay in, Lindy. Let her stay in, all right? Because I'll put her in her place. Okay? I'm in that mood today. Okay, I want to talk about Jimmy Kimmel and Colbert. I'm glad they got rid of them. And I'm going to tell you why I'm glad. See, I go back to Johnny Carson, Jack Parr. You people never heard of those people, okay? That's when late night television was good. That's when the comics came on. They interviewed great people, all right, and they gave you jokes and they made you laugh. But because of the way Hollywood is structured nowadays, is the same reason why Hollywood is failing, okay? Politics. Everything is politics. Everything's politics. Everything's technology. Technology is what's controlling you. Technology has taken away the freedom of speech. Oh, why? How did that happen? Well, there's only certain words that I can say here, all right? A lot of words that I want to say, I can't say, and that's across all social media platforms. So if I can't say certain things here, you can't say certain things, okay? And if you say bad things over here, YouTube asks Lindy to review it or delete you, okay? So don't blame Lindy. She's following the instructions from YouTube. Because YouTube sees it right away. Going backwards, I don't think we're going anywhere. It's getting worse and worse every day. And I'm fed up with it. Okay? So now people have been in Hollywood making a big stink about freedom of speech because they took Jimmy Kimmel off. All right? Well, if Jimmy Kimmel did his job, like Johnny Carson, Jay Leno, and the other people, he'd still be there. But he wanted to become a politician, but not run for office. Same with Colbert. I don't watch late night TV no more. I used to love it. I couldn't wait for Johnny Carson or Jay Leno to come on. I stopped. Right now my TV is off. I don't even want to turn it on in the morning because I don't like being lied to by all these newscasters. So I'm devastated. And I ask myself, why am I on here to make a few bucks? Okay? And right now I got more subscribers than I had. I get more views. I get more comments, more likes. And I'm making less than half the money I was making before. How do you figure that out? I don't know. So, folks, I don't care. I'm going to live no matter what until the day I leave. Okay? But I'm sick and disgusted. Okay? That has become a normal way of life for the people who are billionaires, multi-billionaires, multi-millionaires. It's getting to be okay for them to be with minors. What? Are you serious? But that's where it's getting, folks. Okay? I don't see anybody caring about the victims. And what do you mean, Agent Orange? Stop reporting views to YouTube. Ad blocker. I don't know what you mean, Agent Orange. Lindy, see if you can figure out what he's saying. We'll talk about that later. Okay? Yeah, Lindy, loyalty and honor needs to be restored, but is it going to be taught in schools? It should be taught by the parents, okay? Yesterday I read you a letter that my daughter wrote. And stay tuned, you all know who my son Anthony is by now. I'm going to read you a letter that he wrote, okay? And trust me, Diddy's going to have a, yeah, everybody say all the victims are writing to the judge. But don't forget, Diddy has a family. He does have people that love him. And they're going to write letters too, okay? It's the way the system goes. Now, Diddy's unusual because he has a lot of money. He's a cash cow to his lawyers. He's got a team of people working back there with his propaganda, doing all the things. And look at every inmate wants the same thing. They want to get out of prison. But Diddy has a better chance than anybody because of his money and because of the dirt that he has on certain people, okay, that you're never going to see, okay, because our government's never going to show it, just like they're not showing this stuff on the Epstein that you really want to see. I got some really great comments, folks, yesterday. I want to read you one of them. This comes from Wayne Foods. Wayne, are you here, buddy? Okay. Ori, your show is heartwarming and very fun to listen to. A great man named Richard Pryor once said, "You don't get to be old by being a fool." He was so right. Thank you so very much for sharing your great stories with us. I thought that was very beautiful. And there's another one by a lady named Nicole, okay, that wrote a great thing. Thank you, Agent Art. Lindy will check into that for me. Thank you, Lindy. Okay, Lindy's doing a fantastic job, folks, and I'm very fortunate to be able to have her be my moderator and be my friend. Okay, there's my buddy, Stephen. Stevie, how are you, buddy? All right. I want to talk a little bit about Hollywood. We talked Jimmy Kimmel. I talked about, folks, when you turn this, at nighttime, I want to watch a movie. And the movies I see on Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, all these places, okay, they're really stuck. We don't have the good movies we used to make. And that's because Hollywood got involved in politics, okay? Do you know that most of your good producers are independent filmmakers? They don't want to work with the studios. And the reason is they write a great script. The studio buys it. Once they buy it, they own it. And now they tell you what to do, and they have you change the script. I'm going to give you an example, okay? There's an author by the name of Michael Connelly. I began reading his books while I was in prison. He wrote, his first books were about Harry Bosch, who was a homicide detective out of Hollywood, California. I read every book. Of course, like everything, Harry was getting old and he brought in a new character, and her name is Ballard. And I've been reading the books on that, and the books are great. Now, maybe, I was on Amazon, I believe. You saw that series Bosch, B-O-S-C-H, was after that, was after Harry Bosch. Okay, great series. Now, Ballard, they made that into a TV series. I started watching it. They took a great story from a book and made it so woke that it's pathetic to watch. And they got a great actress for the lead part, Maggie Q. Maggie Q is the lead actress. It's a very different role than that what she normally takes. You know what? From my viewpoint, I don't know if any of you watched it, but I tell you, after 2 episodes, I could no longer watch it because it's so woke, so woke. Okay. So somebody said I don't want money. I live for money. Okay? I wake up every day and try to make $1. Tell me what's wrong with that there. Don't each and every one of you want to wake up in the morning and you go to work? Gotta make money, right? We gotta live. Let me tell you a story. True story that happened yesterday. I'm 80 years old. I got Medicare. In addition to my Medicare, I pay Part G, which I'm paying close to $300 a month for. Then I got I got in addition to pay for my prescriptions. So totally with all my insurances, I'm paying close to $500 a month. My Social Security payment is $900 a month. But I get a VA disability for my time in the service and what happened there. Okay? I posted a short that I did at the VA showing you what good, our VA is great, I gotta tell you. I'm very blessed to have it. I'm thinking of dropping all those insurances and stop paying for them, okay? Because they're just ripping me off. Which brings you to Mangione trial coming up. Look, he was wrong for what he did, but in what he was thinking of what happened, he's not wrong, okay? I don't condone what he did, don't get me wrong, okay? But insurance companies are ripping us off, and every president says they're going to do something about it, and none of them do a goddamn thing. And you know why? Because money talks, bullshit walks, okay? And no matter who the president, I don't care, Donald Trump or Biden, Obama, who, it don't make a difference. They're not going to get any place with these pharmaceutical companies, all right? Folks, I'm a diabetic. You see these things here, okay? These are little needles that you attach to the pen when you give yourself a diabetic shot. So I needed some more. So I called in. Thank you, Gabby. Gabby just hit that thanks button. I appreciate that, Gabby. Okay? So I go to my pharmacy to pick up my prescription. And they tell me $30. I said, how much I got paid? They said $30. I said, what? $30. I said, you serious? I said, check it out, that can't be right. I said, that box can't be $5. They checked it, no, so with your deductible, that's what you gotta pay, $30. I said, I don't want it. So I came home. You know what I did? I went to Amazon. Gabby, another $5. Gabby, you are awesome, my dear. All right? Look at this lady, okay? God bless. Gabby hit that thanks button twice. You know what I pay for these folks on Amazon? $9.95. With my insurance, My pharmacy wanted $30. You see where we're getting ripped off with our insurance? You're paying the premium, they take it out automatically every month. But when you get down to it, what are they really giving us? Nothing. Who has all the money? Insurance companies? Pharmaceuticals? Who's got the biggest lobbyists? Pharmaceuticals? You know what lobbyists are? Lobbyists are the people that make your congressman and your senator multimillionaires. It's where they get most of their money from. Can you imagine that, folks? Folks, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, okay? And hit that like button, okay? All those little things help me out. So they say. I don't see where they are. What really helps me out, and the only way that I make money, are people like Gabby and other people who hit that thanks button or send money to my PayPal or my Venmo. I don't have Cash App, okay? So, so you can hit the thanks button or go to my PayPal or my Venmo. It's up to you. If you got it. I can understand if you don't have the money, okay? And I can respect that. We live in a tough economy today, folks. And talking about tough economy. What has been done to our economy? You put on the news, you put on Fox News, they're going to tell you, oh, it's the greatest ever. That's a lie. You're just like me. You go shopping in a grocery store. Have the prices gone down? No. Are they going to go down? No. Trump has no control over that. Gas prices in California, and they haven't gone down, they've gone up. It's $5.49 a gallon for regular. $5.49 here in California. When I tell you, when my movie deal happens, I'm out of California. Okay? I can't take being robbed or lied to. All right, folks, who really is controlling everything? It's the tech companies. They control Hollywood. They're controlling the banking system. They're controlling everything. They control Washington. Why do you think Trump has Larry Ellison, what's the guy from Facebook, what's his name again? Keep forgetting him. All right, and all the big leaders of the tech company. Why? Because they control everything. They're the ones who control it. Let's see what else I got here. We are lied to so many times that I'm sick and tired of being lied to. I'm going to shut my TV off. I had a lot more I wanted to talk to you about, and I actually forgot what about it I did. But now I want to read, okay? We don't know what Diddy's going to get sentenced to. I thought he was going to be found guilty, for sure, of the RICO. The juror, I don't know what happened to the juror. Was somebody paid off? I don't know. Are they investigated? I don't know. Okay, are they investigating him for the Tupac? Okay, I don't see any solid evidence where they could bring charges on the Tupac. Nothing solid. Everything is hearsay. Hearsay and hearsay. They talk about a meeting that took place at Greenblatt's Deli, where everybody said that Diddy said he would pay $1 million. They said somebody got that $1 million. If somebody got that $1 million, I doubt that Diddy paid him $1 million in cash. Okay, I doubt that. It could be he did. I don't think so. Okay, where did Diddy get the cash? It's all a money trail. It's very, very easy for the authorities to find. So we don't see nothing happening there. All right, and like I said, this Keefy D, he keeps switching his story. Who's going to believe anything? Okay? So, I don't know. But Diddy is a very boring subject. I didn't care about Diddy before. I never bought his clothes. I didn't listen to his music. Okay? Just not my type. Oh, my coffee. How much I love my coffee. Let me read you the Sun. All right, we talked about letters. I want to read you what my son Anthony wrote. So, folks, please listen to this. From Anthony Spado, Honorable Judge Brian Cogan, Eastern District of New York. Your Honor, soon after you receive this letter, you will be making an important decision regarding the sentencing of my father, Orlando C. Spado. I am the youngest of his 3 children and would like you to know the impact my father had on my life. As a young adult, after living in both New York and Florida, without much satisfaction, I decided to move to California. At that point in time, I was a college graduate but had no solid direction for my life. My family hedged bets that I wouldn't last a month before becoming restless and moving back again. My father took me in without hesitation or reservations. He not only opened his home to me, but he also rearranged his bachelor lifestyle to accommodate having his son around. He spent most of his time with me, becoming a true role model and friend. And there was a transformation of our relationship that I could have never anticipated. Through his experience, I began to understand myself as well. My father introduced me to people wherever we met. They not only recognized him, but they each seemed to have their own really unique relationship with him. In the Beverly Hills community where he lived, he had established a comfortable life. Whether out walking our dog Maggie, his beloved companion, or getting a haircut or grocery shopping, he ran into people he knew. He also helped anyone whenever he could. And he became professional at introducing people to other people. He helped introduce a young, struggling actress who was a friend of a friend to an agent who was his acquaintance of his. He introduced a group of young musicians from Las Vegas that he struck up a conversation with to music producers he knew. Being involved in this type of social networking pleased my father. He also introduced Johnny Franche Jr. to people. Not the other way around that John Franchese Jr. said at trial. Also, Franchese Jr. was my partner in J&A Records, and he had to resign as he needed to get help as he was abusing drugs and not doing well in California and not helping my record company business at all. My father helped out that man so much with money and trying to get him decent work also. He is not a righteous human being for doing what he chose to do, and he will have to live with that decision for the remainder of his life on this planet. He is, after all, getting paid to talk at a trial. He's talking about Johnny Franche, who was a rat. I can't count the number of times that my father helped him with taxi money, food, and ride to and from places. The simple task of his day brought him pleasure as well. Driving around with his windows down to pick up shirts from the dry cleaner was not an annoyance to him. It was something he enjoyed. He liked buying fresh fruits and vegetables and creating new recipes with his juicer. He loved walking the dog and talking to passerby. Watching my father go about his daily business taught me how to appreciate the simple things in life. My father would wake up in a great mood every morning. He would walk out into the living room, open the blind and the sliding glass door, and walk onto the patio. He loved sitting in the sun, reading the paper, and drinking his coffee. He would then walk in my room, open my blind, announce to me there was another beautiful day, and hop on my computer to check his email. But all that changed at 5 a.m. on June 4th, 2008, when a dozen or so agents from the FBI, NYPD, and LAPD busted into our apartment and slapped handcuffs on him. I was also awakened, brought out of my bed and handcuffed. Life has not been normal since. I would give anything I had today if I could once again lay in bed, listen to my father singing in the shower. One of my greatest wishes is that he gets to breathe fresh air, fresh morning air, and sit on a sunny patio drinking coffee again. Living in Southern California has become as crucial to my father's health and happiness as breathing. It is his love. It's a place where everybody knows his name. It is his solace and comfort. It is the greatest gift he's ever gave me, as I now call it home as well. It is where he should be returned to serve the remainder of his sentence. It's the right thing to do. Sincerely, Anthony Spado. Folks, that was for my son Anthony. So for those of you who listen to it, I appreciate it. I want to try to come to you every day with positive things, happy things, but it's getting impossible because of the world that we live in. It's the controls that are being put on us by unknown forces, okay? It's our rights that are being gradually taken away from us that you don't see. I see them. I see them clearly. You know, a lot of bad things. Charlie Kirk being unalive was a terrible thing that happened. You know, I know that I watched Candace Owens. Is she right? Is she wrong? I don't know. Because I don't know what is right anymore, and I don't know what is wrong anymore. And neither do you. You want to believe what you hear on TV. Whether it's Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. Or you want to believe somebody that comes on YouTube and they lie to you, okay, but you listen to them. It's my personal feeling, whether you like Candace or not, that's your decision. I think she's a brilliant lady. I think she does her work exceptionally well, okay? She talks a lot about Netanyahu, Israel, the controls that they have on us in our country. You know, I got a friend of mine who now lives in Florida. She received a text from a friend of hers. Just saw this post on Facebook. It was made by a good friend of mine. So this person, who was a woman, took a post from a friend of hers on Facebook, copy and pasted it, sent it to my friend. Okay? Anyone posting the Candace Owens theory that she knows Charlie was assassinated by Israel has put a target on the back of every single Jew in the world. I had an argument with my friend. I said, I never heard Candace say that. Okay. My friend wanted to argue with me. Who's right? Who's wrong? Did you ever hear Candace say that? I never did. But you see how things happen, folks? How misinformation gets out there and people believe it, okay? So folks, think about it. You know, everybody knows about Hitler. Everybody knows all the bad things that Hitler did. Do you know some of the good things he did, folks? I bet you don't. Because history don't talk about the good things that Hitler did. Okay? Let me tell you what he did. Hitler was behind the Volkswagen and the Autobahn. Anybody from Germany? Anybody been to Germany? You know what the Autobahn? It's a great highway, folks. Awesome. Okay? He thought that the average German should be able to afford a car and to have modern roads to run them on. That was the good thing. It doesn't mitigate anything else he did. It just remains true that sometimes a deplorable person can do something right. There you go, folks. So you see, I study history. History was always my favorite subject when I went to school. Yeah. I didn't study science. I didn't understand it. Okay? But I understood history and the importance of it. And in today's world, our youth does not understand it. They don't read it. Okay? I lived at a different time, different place. And Gabby, I want to thank you so much, Gabby. Okay? I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that came here to listen to me today. I was not going to do a show today, but then I thought it was important because I see all our freedoms being taken away from us. I posted a short on YouTube here of showing you folks what the West VA Center is. I showed you men in wheelchairs. I showed you men with their arms or legs missing, and I get very few views. All right? I show you about the people who put their lives on the line so you could have your freedom. But I don't get no views. Why? I did that on purpose to see what happened. But yet, I post something about Punk Diddy, and I get a lot of views. That's disgusting. That's terrible. And that's devastating. All my love and respect to you all. Take care.